What is going on, you guys? We are back again for another little series I like to call Shitting on Marvel. We're here with Jeremy and Colby. We're coming from the Guy Cave, Cosmic Soup Recording Podcast, and we got to talk about She-Hulk, brand new installment from the Disney Plus series of Marvel shows. Came out last week. It's like the 24th right now. So if you guys haven't seen it, they're releasing it on Thursdays, which I think, I don't know. Something about Thursdays, I'm like, Wednesday or Friday, man. Give it to me halfway through the week or at the end.
I know. I mean, I feel like I don't care what day it is, just be consistent with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they tried whatever day Miss Marvel was, and then that competed with Obi-Wan, which was whoever decision that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, oh, well, we'll change the day, but now they're not competing with anything.
That's true. And I would love it to be like a thing. Like, hey, on Wednesdays, we see Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it
I know,
goes.
because we had like a nice little thing with Moon Knight where we'd watch it together.
Yeah.
And then now it's all fucked up because neither one of us know what day it's on.
Yeah. And this is the first one. And
right.
This ties into my new schedule. I'm still off Wednesdays and Thursdays.
I know.
So
we can still
figure
watch
it out.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, Miss Marvel was one of those shows that I feel
you didn't have to watch it the day it came out.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not changing anything until the last 15 minutes of the fucking series. But yeah, so we'll definitely get back on the schedule where we can watch it together, because I want to see when you laugh, and I want you to see when I laugh, because I feel like I'm laughing at the things that weren't supposed to be funny, and the things that are supposed to be funny, I'm not laughing at. So I'm like, am I going crazy? And it's definitely not one of those shows that like my lady can watch. Like, it's just not that interesting.
You don't think
yet.
she'd like it?
Not yet.
No.
Not until we figure out like what kind of show is this going to be. Because if I would have sold her on episode 1, I think she would have been like, I'm good.
Wow.
Like, okay, so
not even a half an hour she can stomach it.
She liked Ms. Marvel.
Okay.
But I kind of didn't. So that's where I'm kind of judging that off of like, oh, you like this? I don't think so.
Okay.
And not saying that I like this show.
Right.
But I just don't think this is what's going to bring her into the MCU. Like, oh yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
I love law shows. But it's not a law show. And we'll also get into that too. First impressions, how you like in episode 1?
I felt like a lot of the first trailer, was just episode 1. They kind of almost gave too much away. But I felt like it was very rushed. They're like, okay, this is what happens. Oh, some of his blood gets into her. Boom, she's a Hulk. Okay, now we got to train you a little bit.
Yeah.
And then now, okay, boom, you're out in the world. And, I wasn't sure because some of it looked a little too cheesy, but then sometimes it's like they're trying to be a little bit like Deadpool or something with some of the jokes, and they break the fourth wall like Deadpool does.
Yeah, and they mention that, or not mention that, they talk about that in the reviews, that's the one thing everyone kept. They're like, oh, she's ripping off Deadpool.
Yeah.
But apparently she did it before him.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yes.
It's like, technically Deadpool ripped off She-Hulk in a way.
Yeah.
As well as Deathstroke. But breaking the fourth walls, those were actually the moments where I was like, cool. Oh, I can get behind this.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. The rest, again, I'm just kind of like, okay, this is 100% directed by a woman, which I want more of. I want women to be kicking ass and making epic shows, because The Mandalorian has just gone to prove that this does not need to be, gratuitously violent as well as womenizing to be a good show.
Right.
You can have powerful women and it's actually a great thing. but you can't just have that. There has to be other aspects. So for this show, just tonality, I feel that it's not a girl show, it's not a guy show. It's just like to me, it's like an amoeba. It's kind of a fucking mesh of a bunch of different things, and it doesn't know what it is. Is it a law show? Is it a female empowerment show? Is it a superhero show? Is it it's obviously not an origin show because they ran through that shit in a quickness. And I will say, from doing a little bit of research, I got a few notes here.
Yeah.
This was not supposed to be episode 1.
Okay.
So they were going to be following the format of Moon Knight and Obi-Wan or whatever.
They do flashbacks.
Well, not just flashbacks, but they do the origin at the second to last episode.
Ah.
So they kind of hold out on that. But
all right. I mean,
did you feel that this was a good episode 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like, again, you kind of had to pay attention. There's some things that like you miss, like them in the car before the accident. Bruce is talking about his arm, So you're like, okay, finally we know what the fuck's going on there.
Yeah.
And he's got this device that keeps him Bruce Banner. So it's like, okay, boom, that answered some questions. And then we get into the accident, boom, she turns into Hulk, and she kind of figures it out pretty quickly. And then they go through some training, and then he talks about, she's got a special gene in her blood that, can handle it.
Synthesizes gamma at a higher regulation.
He used some of her blood to heal his arm, and that's why he's 100% fine. And there was some nice moments. I appreciated the Captain America back and forth. So I did appreciate the dialogue. I feel like just when I'm like, okay, cool, I can get behind this as a first episode. Then I don't know what that cheesy courtroom shit was. It's like, are you trying to make it look really stupid, or like, is this just a joke?
Yeah, because that could easily be something that continues throughout the series, where they want to make it kind of like an 80s action movie, or like if it was made in the 80s but with modern cameras and stuff, where that's a dude on a wire, and that's a dude on a wire, but it's still kind of crazy, right? That dude's still kicking in a way that he could not normally do. So my struggle is the ending for sure, but the second thing, if not the foremost thing, is the way that she looks.
Yeah.
And I've watched so many interviews. I've watched a review for the VFX breakdown for the trailer, and then I've also watched another channel which, for this video, this singular video that they made to try and, I call it making excuses.
Okay.
To them, they call it kind of rectifying or reinstating why it is how it is and why we should be okay with that. Their biggest thing, which made me unsubscribe from their channel, was they say that the CGI on her face needs to be more beautiful, so that in a male, when they do Thanos or they do the Hulk, the pores and the imperfections make it more realistic, because you can see the stubble, you can see where hair grows or scars and things like that. Because not only is she a woman, but she's a lawyer who's never seen combat and has no real blemishes. That's why it's weird, because not only is she a special effect, they have to make a beautiful special effect, which to me doesn't make any goddamn sense at all, because they're like, she has to be like kind of flawless, but that is never really the case. And I'm wondering, how do you feel about her in Hulk form? Because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of CGI of just like her being, fucking the whole She-Hulk.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I don't have a problem with her green skin as much as her hair.
That's the thing too.
Because
okay, go on.
okay, so I don't have a problem with her green skin as much as her hair,
Mhm.
because the actress or the character Jen, she's got like a nice little curly bob thing going on, and then when she turns into the Hulk, it grows longer and it gets straight and it just gets thick and like, oh, that's a fucking wig.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
understand, like, why couldn't you just get a wig that just looks like the actress's hair instead of like trying to make it look like comic book, or just give the actress straight hair?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why? I understand
true.
you're growing and everything, and you still look hot, but why is your hair growing?
Yeah. Why is your hair different?
Yeah, like
Which is-
when the Hulk turns from Bruce Banner to the Hulk,
He keeps the same exact hair
right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like not like he's
Length-
got long Fabio hair.
and type
Yeah,
are consistent.
yeah, he's got a haircut. Yeah.
And I understand. This is like the nerdiest conversation you can have.
Oh, sure,
Is
but
like when the gamma radiated woman enlarges, her hair elongates. It's like I get it, I know, but that's not even the worst part of the show. This is where we starting off.
right.
Why, like you said, give her a wig when she's regular Jennifer Walters.
Yeah, and then you don't notice it as much.
Yeah, and if it just got longer, like if she just had more curly hair, but then people would freak the fuck out because of like, well, She-Hulk in the comics has straight black hair. Okay, then give the fucking actress a wig
Yeah.
that has straight
Yeah.
black hair. That's what you need to fucking do. So that's a very good point. And I want to preface this with saying it's not the skin. It's not her, especially her green skin. It's the way that her face not only moves, but to me, and I cannot tell if this is just my opinion, the CGI version of her doesn't look like her
No,
at all.
no, it doesn't look like the actress or anything.
And I
Yeah.
think that's what's throwing me off. If you like, you paint, you paint the actress. What's her fucking name?
I don't know.
Ah,
But I mean, it's like you might as well just go the old TV show route and just get a bigger actress.
well, that's what they've been doing. Did you know that?
Yeah,
They've had the fucking
Yeah.
the strong woman up in there.
yeah,
Yeah, I need to find out what this actress's name is. And that's the other thing. Not only does the CGI throw me off, but I feel like I'm having to like literally make myself pretend like, oh, that's the same chick.
right.
That's the same girl.
Yeah,
And they bring up the conversation about they're having to make this woman hulking but beautiful. I'm like, dude, Tatiana Maslany.
yeah.
Such
yeah.
a
I knew it
weird,
was something
unique
I
name.
couldn't say very easily.
Yeah. The actress is very beautiful.
Yeah,
Hulking her out, you just make her bigger and her face more. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm a special effects
I
artist.
mean, really, it's like all you do is have to resize her, like they did with fucking Natalie Portman,
Hmm. Yeah.
and then just turn her skin green. Like how that's not
That's true.
something that they can just do like in Photoshop now. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, because literally, as soon as she starts to turn, she disappears into
Yeah.
the character, and this goes into my next gripe. My second note that I have: the audio for these characters are garbage, and I understand that my audio isn't the best. My audio probably isn't even the best in this episode, but I'm learning.
right,
I'm doing it. I'm not the largest corporation
right.
to probably exist on the earth right now that isn't, affiliated with a prince. They can't afford better audio, better ADR, better just overall voice acting. Like Mark Ruffalo, as much as he's phoning this in now, I can tell he's just too far away from a microphone. multiple times.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm trying, my guys. I'm trying to forget her fucking face. I'm trying to pretend that Mark Ruffalo isn't there because they do the mocap stuff, but it doesn't sound great. And that combined with the way that her fucking face looks, I'm just getting thrown out of the episode constantly because it's both of them hanging out on the beach, doing training, which to me was also, you're the one of the strongest beings on the planet, and you're trying to teach yoga right now. You're trying to get her, to be chill and zen and not break a building from his own guilt and what he's experienced. But I'm like, yo, let's test. I want to see how strong she is.
Oh, yeah.
Have her break something. Have her fucking bend a car.
Yeah.
She didn't even do a lot of Hulk stuff besides clapping.
Right.
She clapped.
Which she figured out, yeah.
And she threw a boulder, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. I
Yeah.
can't throw a boulder. But then Hulk threw it into space, which I also have a problem with. How you know if there's not a satellite right there? There's not an airplane.
Yeah.
That was so fucking careless. I was like, hey, you're smart,
I
Hulk.
know.
You couldn't at least be like, based on the trajectory of the last flight that initiated, like, make up for that.
It should have showed him hit something. That'd been fucking funny as fuck.
Dude, he just threw a rock into space with no
Right.
disregard at all, or with disregard for everyone that would, possibly.
It should have showed
impact
him like get pissed off and throw it and then be like, all right, settle down. Because I don't think we're going to ever see a fucking mean Hulk again, which is a whole other
Yeah,
podcast.
we'll get into that. Do you mind pulling your
No.
mic closer? Oh yeah, yeah, and we'll talk about Hulk here. I think let's wait until after She-Hulk
Yeah.
because there could be a post. It could be a post
We'll
credit
see.
that kind of fucking ties into it.
Because, I was afraid that like we're not going to see him again. But I think the only time we'll see him is like a phone call and shit. But unless there's a big reveal at the end, which there better be,
Yeah,
pertaining to him, because they're dropping a teaser with this fucking ship and shit. So that better not just be a fucking throwaway boner gag.
I think you could have thrown in any ship.
Right.
You could have put in.
I mean, it could have been a fucking
It could have been a semi truck.
crossing the street and
Yeah.
oh fuck.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been an animal.
Yeah.
And that would have just reinforced her caring and kind of like her reflexes, like wanting to save this animal, so she put herself in danger. That could have easily have been done.
Yeah.
Less CGI,
Oh yeah.
less time. So I think the fact that they specifically put in the God damn it. What's the planet? Do you remember the planet? The trash planet? All right, it's the Sakaar.
Yeah.
He put in the Sakaar
Almost said Volmir.
Soulstone.
Yeah.
Dude, yesterday, I'm reading a Star Wars book that Rhodey gave me, and I'm almost done. And I have an original Twilight Bella bookmark from like
Nice.
2007, and I don't read a lot of books, but when I do, I have a fucking bookmark.
Yeah.
And so it's been in some anime, so I put it in my new book, and I whipped it out because I was reading at work yesterday, and this girl was like, dude, is that a fucking Twilight fucking bookmark? And we just get into this, convo, and the guy next to us chimes in, and he's like, oh, I really like the dad. And just out of nowhere, just stoner brain, I was just like, Charlie. His name is Charlie. I'm like, dude, some of the stuff that I retain is
yeah.
so fucking pointless. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so we have this spaceship just come down to, who knows, warn. They didn't attack. So you have to assume they're trying to give the message. They're trying to get a hold of him. How do you get a hold of the Hulk if he doesn't have a telecommunication
Right.
device? He doesn't have a cell phone that you know. So now we can possibly see where those storylines can go down. But again, That's a separate video.
Yeah, so it better pay off, is what we're saying.
I think it will,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it's gonna lead to something, even if it's not what we want it to, which is gonna lead to a Hulk son story. I really think that it would be nice to see Ruffalo just have to be Ruffalo, and when he needs it, have that big payoff again. Like, they don't want the Hulk. They want Banner. And now Banner's got to try and do his thing, and then at the last minute, boom, boom, fucking not smart Hulk. I want Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk.
I want
that
him.
we haven't seen since Civil War.
God, pisses me off. Well, no, Hulk wasn't even in Civil War.
Oh, not Civil War.
Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Ultron, yeah. Yep.
Which I just watched a few clips from that because, dude, I swear, there's so many new things I could be doing,
Right,
and
I
I'm
know.
just watching old clips of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Anyways, a few more things on She-Hulk. We talked about the CGI, gone over a little bit of the issues they've had. Just again, tonality. What are you?
Right.
You're a superhero show that's trying to cram in a law show, which through interviews, the creators and writers have said they don't know too much about law or making law shows, so they're really not even going to focus on that. So I'm like, what are you going to... She's a lawyer.
Right.
That's like what she does.
Because, like, you know, in a little research or whatever, I've watched a couple videos and stuff, and in the comic books, she kind of like defends other, you know,
other heroes
and stuff, and so that's kind of cool. And one thing I found out in the comic books is she fucks like all the Avengers.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that, because at first I'm like, I don't know, are they trying to go like kind of kid show, or are they trying to go like a little bit more adult? This is
definitely adult because
yeah.
I won't say I got upset, but I was definitely like, yo,
yeah,
what the fuck's happening?
Because they're talking about sex and cussing a little bit. I'm like, okay, cool. That I can appreciate a little bit more than if they just tried to do it as like another Miss Marvel
PG or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just not what it is. I was playing Fortnite with my son because that's what you do as a dad nowadays.
Yeah, that's the only way to talk to him.
And we're playing Fortnite, and he told me that his mom and her boyfriend, well, not just them, but he was like, hey, we're watching She-Hulk right now. And I'm like, and I quickly, I know I just watched the episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't have let you watch that. And so I look at the rating. Dude, it's TV 14.
Okay.
It's not even PG. It's a step up above that. So technically, as long as they're there and he's not just like watching it by himself, it's a little bit different. And we're playing Fortnite while they're watching it. So it's not like he's glued to the screen or anything like that. But I feel the difference between Miss Marvel and this.
Oh, definitely.
Instantly of like, oh, this is a sexual show.
But I wouldn't say this was worse than Thor.
No. But I didn't know Thor would be that heavy.
That he'd be rubbing the fucking axe's balls and stuff.
Yeah, he's fingering the axe. They're talking about orgies. Like, there's a lot of things in Thor that I just did not expect to have been there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is also from the trailer. This bitch is on Tinder.
Oh, yeah. She's going to start fucking.
a cholo home.
Yeah.
And just like, just doming this kid. So I know there's going to be some sex.
Yeah. Just be like, you should have said, what do you think of the show? And he's like,
okay. He definitely, it is one of those things where.
Then be like, you probably shouldn't watch anymore then.
Well, it's just not that entertaining.
You're right.
Like, it's not like, oh yeah, she's a Hulk right now, but they're doing yoga.
Yeah.
Like, they're.
Man, even if a little kid doesn't like it, then it's
Yeah, and I mean, my son's about to be 11, so
Yeah.
he's like 3 years away from this targeted
Right.
gap or audience or whatever you want to say. But yeah, I'm not sure. And this is episode 1, so this
Right.
may be a little harsh.
I know.
and I understand that.
Well,
I know I'm coming a little bit heavy.
We'll see the direction that they're going tomorrow.
Which I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah, are you?
I'm hoping that it switches. I hope
Yeah.
it defines itself more because, like we said earlier, this was not supposed to be the first episode.
Yeah.
This was going to be further down the line. So, in my mind, the way we go through
They
this,
would have started off with more of a banger.
you start off with a bank heist or someone in trouble or something. I think for sure we're gonna get more action, and I think we're gonna get a build up to the Titania.
Yeah.
Titania? Is
I
that
think so, yeah. And we'll
her
see
character.
the Abomination, we'll see Wong. So we'll see some people in this series.
Yeah, and I mean, in the trailer, they even said like, we're making a superhero division, so we are going to see her defend at least the Abomination, and there's guaranteed. I'm so stoked for it. We are guaranteed to see Daredevil at least in one episode.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we get to see Charlie Cox in a court scene, and she has to like defend against him. So it's kind of like who's gonna win. And then later that night, he shows up in the costume, and they're both just superheroed out.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. It's because it's so specific. 2 superhero lawyers
Yeah.
in the MCU.
Yeah.
I think they are the only 2.
Oh yeah.
So
they gotta be.
to see those 2
Yeah.
people in court in their,
In the
technically
regular clothes.
in their disguises.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
my favorite thing about heroes, and Batman's always the fucking main reference, most heroes suffer an identity crisis, and it is that they are not their secret identities, their origins. They are their characters. They
Yeah.
are the superheroes. So when we see Jen Walters and Matt Murdock, that's the
seeing them
fucking
in their monkey suits.
exactly. But when they meet on that parking garage,
Yeah.
that's She-Hulk and Daredevil. So I'm stoked for that. What do you think we're gonna get next episode?
Hopefully Daredevil and She-Hulk having sex.
Which I think could happen.
I'm sure it will.
Dude, Matt Murdock is a fucking
Maybe not next episode,
player.
but yeah.
Yeah.
I know. For a blind guy, he
Well,
sure finds
dude,
he
remember-
finds the money pot.
Dude, do you remember Ray? The fucking
Yeah.
the Jamie Foxx movie?
Yeah.
Dude, blind dudes get it.
I know. He'd
Touch their wrists,
touch their hand and their wrist, and he'd know like
which is
yeah.
definitely I think he was Daredevil.
Yeah.
He was our Daredevil. Next episode, I am hoping for a little bit more information on Titania. I want to end on this. That scene,
Yeah.
that scene where she comes in and breaks the wall down and then does the weirdest and dumbest looking kick
Yeah.
I have ever seen.
So maybe we'll get like the backstory to that, like why she was coming in that fucking courtroom. Was it to fight She-Hulk or was it to fight?
No, it wasn't her, because I've watched some breakdowns, and from the comics, Roxxon, which is like an evil corporation that they've mentioned in Spider-Man and stuff, it created her. It's like they try
Okay.
to. Everyone's always trying to make the super soldier
Yeah.
serum. That's
Gotcha.
what it always leads back to. They want an army of superheroes. So they turn her when she doesn't want to. So she's trying to get revenge. And that's possibly who she's trying to fight against,
Mhm.
because, they're fighting against some crazy corporation that's trying to protect their interest and everything. I think we'll get more of that. But what I want to know is why did it have to look that bad?
I
And not just the kick, but this woman who have you ever seen The Good Place
yeah.
on Netflix? It's the hot British chick from there. They make her look so dumb.
Right.
Like her hair is
Like-
ridiculous.
Like, yeah.
Her fucking suit is stupid.
Yeah,
The-
he looked
the
like
only
fucking
thing-
Wonder Woman 1984.
It was so bad. And she got called out. I mean, everyone called her out through the trailer. Like that scene is in the trailer.
Right.
So everyone called her out on Twitter and shit, and she responded, and she's like, that scene was after 12 hours of acting, or, you know, going through the fight scenes and all that stuff, and they did their best to try and make it still kind of look like real hair, because everyone talked about the wig, but her main like retort was, but those boobs were great, right? And I'm like,
I
that
guess.
doesn't matter when everything outside of this frame of reference
Yeah.
is absolute fucking garbage.
Right.
I don't believe I don't believe anyone was actually doing that kick. That wasn't on wires. CGI that. Do something. That you could have made it a roundhouse kick. You could have thrown another desk.
Like they might have like thrown like Hadouken in the fucking background or something. Like,
Dude.
that's how like
It was
weird it
so
was.
fucking fake
Yeah.
that you in the same scene you have a woman who changes into a hulking beast,
Yeah.
and you can't make a kick look good.
Yeah.
What? Why? What happened?
I don't know.
Is it
I
budget?
really hope that there's a reason. Like they're going for either a laugh or they're going for something, because you might as well just have her friend go, all right, you know, turn in. Oh, fuck. She kicks her shoes off and then she turns into the Hulk. Boom. End
Yeah.
credits.
Yeah,
And not even show all that other shit. That's how
it.
you do it.
That's how I would have done it.
Yeah.
Remove that kick completely, and then you get to the worst part, in my opinion. You have a woman, anyone. You have a person who what seems to be punches or pushes, but
A
physically.
big desk.
Well, she Kool-Aid Man's through a wall.
Yeah. Oh,
first.
yeah.
So she breaks brick.
Yeah.
She comes through brick.
Yeah.
Crazy. Holy shit. Superhuman. Then she picks up a giant desk that has to weigh hundreds of pounds and throws it.
Yeah.
After this, she does a crouching tiger, hidden dragon, fucking
3 second
fu
long
kick.
through the air kick.
Dude, I can't believe they let that air. She throws a kick. She gets punched in the chest by She-Hulk, and then like 3 to 4 average men,
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3.
just they're called plaintiffs,
Yeah. Bailiffs.
bailiffs.
Yeah. Security guards, basically.
Yeah, they are just normal dudes. I don't. Do
All right, come on.
they, yeah, they go and they. I didn't see handcuffs, but I mean like.
Basically, like, yeah, like she was so, like She-Hulk gave her such a walloping that she was beside herself, and
Yeah.
these guys just like, all right, come on,
You're going to the
Yeah.
crate, kid.
you're going to the slammer.
Yeah, it was so stupid. It's like if Superman got punched in the chest, and then your elderly security guards, because it wasn't like they were like giant
No.
buff dudes.
Shoot-
They were
shooting her
balding
with
older
tasers,
men.
Yeah,
That were just like, okay, let's take this giant woman who just broke a brick wall with her body and
Yeah.
through a desk that none of us could lift collectively, and we're gonna try and haul her away. It's so fucking stupid. Again, you cut the kick, you cut that scene, the episode is 25% better,
oh yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah,
Because that's the first thing that I looked at that I was like, nope, no, that would not happen. It would not happen that way. I don't know how a Hulk would respond to yoga on a Mexican beach. I know this shit wouldn't go down.
yeah.
There's
you
no
got a
fucking
courtroom
way.
full of people, judges, lawyers, whatever. Some bitch turns into a Hulk, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like all the jury's still in the fucking their chairs
yeah,
when they throw the desk.
yeah.
As
They're
soon
just
as
like-
I saw someone fucking come through the wall and my lawyer or the lawyer turns into a Hulk, I'm getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah. No, it's bad writing. It's bad writing. It's bad directing. Bad CGI.
Yeah.
Bad voice acting. In my opinion, this is not as deterring, in my opinion, as Hawkeye gets. But this is the worst episode 1 out of all of the Marvel shows that have come out so far. Again, just due to the pacing, the voice acting, the CGI, the wigs, the practical elements, it doesn't hit. I mean, I'll watch WandaVision all over again before I want to watch this one episode, in my opinion. And it's just because of so many things that go wrong. Granted, there was some cool shit.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the clapping scene. I liked the relationship and chemistry between her and Bruce.
Yeah. I hope they fuck. No, I'm just kidding. In the
They technically do in the comics, which is funny. Well, he does. I just think that if it doesn't get better, this will be hands down the worst show.
I know.
Out of all of them. And it has the most potential.
Yeah, it's like you finally get, like a real I know they're all Avengers, but you finally get like a real Avenger, in the
a goddamn power.
Yeah.
Powerhouse, dude.
And it's just like, dick and fart jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's just crazy. To me, it's called the Superman complex. You have to take the strongest person and make them not strong. Because if you were to represent how Superman or the Hulk were in reality, in actual story, things would be dying and breaking. Like an origin Hulk would just decimate cities, and it wouldn't have been a random bar, like it would be monstrous. It would be detrimental. But we have to dumb it down.
And where is he? Just on some island that Tony Stark bought for him?
I think so.
Is that where the crash took place too?
The crash took place. So there's no real location that's determined, and we don't even know where they're going.
Right,
on that
they're
vacation.
Just cruising.
What I assume is that he was taking her to there anyways. It was a vacation.
Yeah.
And they were going to go hang out on his private beach that Tony bought. And on the way, this occurs.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why he was able to carry her, who knows how far.
Back to his house.
But then if people want to argue, well, what if they were hundreds of miles away? Well, you go back to the Incredible Hulk, and this dude is jumping miles. Yeah. He's jumping the Grand Canyon, dude. Like, he could get there. And she's a Hulk. So it's like, well, he carried a person that far. I'm like, no, she was technically unconscious, so she could have been asleep, but that's not the same as sleep, so she could have remained in her She-Hulk form. Whatever.
Oh, that's the GoPro's going. Damn, dude. I should have did the timer.
I just did not. Let me make sure, because it was 2 hours of memory. So I'm wondering if it just got hot. Yeah, it feels super hot.
Damn, dude.
It overheated. Which is nuts.
Yeah, what if that was on my head and I was out skateboarding?
I think I just need to get an official GoPro charger, because this has been plugged in the entire
time. Yeah, the charger's probably the wrong.
It's too hot. Yeah. It's the voltage. That's why I have a second battery I've never used. So that way, if something happens to this one, I can pop it out. But okay. Let me just switch it. I can't believe this fucking camera keeps going out too. I might have to fucking just build a computer to run it, because there's no way every 30 minutes I'm gonna fucking tap it. Like, I have to set timers and all that
I
stuff.
know.
I'm like, let's just run it natural, how it should be ran. It's like capture. Only thing that's always works.
Yep.
Shit. All right, well, it's gray screen right now. Let's just do an audio send off, and we'll keep it straight She-Hulk today, and we'll do another
Cool.
one for Bullet. Just double check. Fucking love this thing.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So that is that is our thoughts and opinions on the first episode of She-Hulk. Episode 2 comes out tomorrow on Thursday, so we'll go ahead and watch that, and we'll come back and see, what changes, if anything's improved, or, just in general, if it's a better show. Where can we find all the stuff for Cosmic Soup, Jeremy?
Well, let us know what you guys think of the show. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is
True.
it your favorite Marvel show? Is it your least favorite? Like, we're curious because, I feel like every series, like we pick it apart, but it's hard to compare them because they're different stories, they're different characters, and I think they're for different audiences too. So is Disney fucking all these shows up, or do you like them, or whatever? So let us know. You can check out all of our past episodes where we talk about all of the shows, going back to WandaVision, to Loki, Falcon, Hawkeye, Moon Knight. You can catch us on wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can see the video versions on our Facebook page. Just type in Cosmic Soup Recording, click on the podcast tab, and you'll see all of our past episodes. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for tuning in. Find the clips on the Cosmic Soup Recording Facebook page, and you can see them directly uploaded to the TikTok, TH3 Guycast. That's where I'm posting all these reactions. I'm now starting, because of today, a little reaction to some anime shows that have gotten new seasons that I am not happy about.
Oh no.
So I'm coming with a heavy hammer, and I'm kind of putting my little 2 cents out there. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. If you're a fan, please subscribe to both of our TikToks, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can finally go live.
Yeah.
And that's the goal. So we can move the podcast to the live form, which I think will hit more people on TikTok. So if you can help us get us there, that'd be greatly appreciated. My name is Guyver. This has been Jeremy and Kobe. We are the Cosmic Soup Recording Podcast, and we'll see you guys later.
Later.